So you just saw a ladder stand. Ladder stands are great. You're deep in the woods. Now, and also if you're claustrophobic, it's cool. You're sitting up high like Dieter was, and you're also feel like you're king of the world. This is a box stand. Some people call this a blind. It's more commonly referred to as a box stand. My brother-in-law, Raymond, built it. I appreciate that. Thank you, Raymond. And he gave me a discount price. Thank you. But anyway, you can see it's got windows that you can raise and lower. And it's got roomy inside, so you can put a nice chair in there. Also, I put it on the power line because I have distance now from the deer. This stand is not a good stand to put right on top of the deer. Reason being, deer know it's a stand, and they don't want to go anywhere near it. Now, I've had deer walk all around this stand when I was in there hunting. I mean, all around, real close, but not the big bucks. Big bucks keep away from the stand. So, a good spot for this stand, again, would be on the edge of a field or on a power line, where there's distance between you and the big bucks. Now let's take a look at it. As you can see, it's on 4-foot beams. And again, these are 4x4 with heavy-duty bolts put in here. We also put braces on 2x4s. You have a ladder. Make sure you use the ladder when you climb in and out of the stand. Okay, you can put it to the side when you're in there hunting. If you don't use the ladder, and if you're Irish with short legs like me, guess what? You can fall down and hurt yourself, which that actually did happen, I'm embarrassed to say. And separated torn tendons hurt for a long time. So don't do that, be careful. All right, we have here, come on, go ahead, Dieter, come on over here, show me the inside. As you can see, we have a nice, comfortable chair. It doesn't squeak. We keep it well oiled, so it won't squeak. We have carpet, and we also have carpet on the windows. Now, why is that important? Well, it's important because, number one, when you walk in here, you don't want your boots going thump, thump, thump. When you get in here, you want to be as quiet as possible. The reason for the carpet on the windows is simple. When you put your gun, or rifle, whatever you want to call it, up here, you want to lay it on the carpet. You don't want to clank it, the wood or your synthetic stock, whatever you use. You don't want it to bang on that wood. So silence is very important. No man-made noises is your goal when you get into a stand. And also when you put your gun out and you're ready to shoot at a deer. So you don't want to scare them away. They hear that man-made noise, bam, they're gone. I can tell you right now. And that's why the chair's well lubed. You don't want squeaking when you turn around. Now you want good fields of fire, as we call it in the military and the infantry, but you want good areas where you can see deep in the woods, and you can see that from this window. You see how far out you can see. Again, this is springtime. In the wintertime, it's all foliage. And the first part of deer season, you got tons of leaves in the trees. The last part of deer season, they've blown off. You also have good fields of fire out this way. It doesn't look like it right now, but when I was sitting in this stand, that's why it's raised up high, higher than the ground. I could see the 2 buck and the 1 doe coming to the feeder when all the leaves were dead. And it was neat watching them walk to that feeder. Another reason why this stand is raised up is because the higher you are, the less chance the deer are going to see you and smell you. Now you want to think smell is 4 feet up, that's going to make a difference. Well, yeah, it really does. But especially the seeing. Deer will see movement. They notice movement. So if you're higher up a little bit, guess what? You're not eye to eye with them. See, eye to eye? So you're not eye to eye with them, and if they see any kind of movement, bam, they're gone. And guess what? They're going to associate human beings with this stand, and that's not a good thing, because deer do have memory. Another thing to look at a stand like this, where do you put your latches? Well, here way up there I got a latch for the inside. So when I shut the door, I can latch it when I'm sitting down, and the door won't bang open when the wind's blowing. And then on the outside, when I want to shut the door and leave, I got a latch right here. I can just latch it right there. And that's how it works. Simple as that. And also, Gesundheit. Also,
Thank you.
my cameraman's got a cold. Also, I can lower the windows and raise them. I like to keep them open because if I keep them open, less chance of the wasp coming in here and making nests. Yellow jackets and wasps love to make their homes and stands like these. So in September, when you come out here, 2 months before deer season, you want to take a can of wasp spray with you. Open it slowly and look around, because you never know. There could be a big hive in there. All right, let's look at one more stand, one more different type of stand. The third type of stand that I built is a combination of being enclosed and then also your typical ladder stand. As you can see, this one is not that high up. You have the ladder stand, you have the roof, but instead of sitting way up there, we're going to sit down here. And that's why you see the camouflage netting. Why do we have this? Well, because if you look around, and Dieter, go ahead and pan around, when all these leaves are down, if you're low enough, you can see real far. Yeah, go ahead and pan around behind you. There you go. If you're too high up, all you're going to see are limbs and leaves. That's it. So by having it this high up, you're still high enough where the deer don't see you, but you got to have the camouflage netting. Now this netting fell a little bit, and we're going to put another camouflage netting on top of this before deer season starts, so it's real thick. And then we have a nice lounge chair up there, and there you can sit and look at the deer. Let me show you how. So you can see when you're in this stand how comfortable it is. You have a nice chair, you've got the blind around you, and you also have a roof over your head in case there's a light rain or a heavy rain. Now I can see real far out here, and I'll get Dieter up here and he'll show you the view of this stand. And now the deer don't see me, mainly because I got this blind, but you also got to be still in a stand like this. You can't be moving around a lot. So keep that in mind. So one thing I like to do to stay awake, because again, in deer hunting, you get up early, and then you sit here and you wait, sometimes for a few minutes, sometimes for a couple hours, 2 or 3 or 4 hours. Anyway, what I do, I like to have a nice book, whether it's Kindle or whether it's a hardcover book. I like to read a little bit, and then I'll look around, and I'll go back down and read a little bit. So that way I stay awake and alert. And the big thing is I'm looking for movement. I'm looking for doe, which normally the buck will follow. And I'm looking for a nice big buck. In this area, it has to be 13-inch spread or larger. That's normally a good 8-pointer or higher. And for me personally, I need a 10-pointer. I want to get a 10 or 12-pointer. so that's just me personally. Anyway, so again, this is a neat stand to have. You just climb in it, have a nice comfortable chair, and just enjoy nature. Well, now let me show Dieter. Dieter will get up here and he'll show you what I'm seeing up here. As you can see the view that Dieter has, this is only 50 yards out from that stand. But again, the deer are this high and they're walking around, they're looking around. So you can see how further out you can see versus if you were higher, and all you can see is this stuff, limbs and leaves. So that's the beauty of a stand like that. Well again, I'm Keith Miller, the author of Some Basic Successful Deer Hunting. Stands are fun to build, and you'll enjoy doing that with your family and friends. Make sure that when you build them, you do it at least 2 months prior to deer